The Important Appointment, a simple English story for beginners. Lisa wakes up on Monday morning. Her throat hurts. She has a headache. Lisa feels very bad. She thinks, I need to see a doctor. Lisa lives in a small town. There is only one medical clinic in town. The clinic is called Healthy Living Clinic. Lisa has been there before. She likes the doctors there. Lisa looks at the clock. It is 8:30 a.m. The clinic opens at 9 hours a.m. Lisa decides to call at 9 hours a.m. to make an appointment. Lisa waits. She drinks some warm tea. The tea helps her throat a little. At 9 a.m., Lisa picks up her phone. She calls the clinic. Ring, ring. The phone rings 3 times. Then someone answers. Good morning. Healthy Living Clinic. How can I help you? A friendly voice says. Good morning, Lisa says. My name is Lisa Brown. I need to make an appointment. I don't feel well. I'm sorry to hear that, Lisa. The receptionist says. Can you tell me what's wrong? Lisa explains. My throat hurts. I have a headache. I think I might have a fever. I see, the receptionist says. When would you like to come in? Lisa thinks for a moment. Can I come today? She asks. I feel very bad. Let me check our schedule, the receptionist says. Lisa waits. She can hear the receptionist typing on a computer. After a minute, the receptionist speaks again. We have an opening at 11:30 a.m. today. Does that work for you? Lisa is happy. Yes, that's perfect, she says. Thank you. Great, the receptionist says. I'll book that for you. Can you please spell your last name for me? Lisa spells her name. B-R-O-W-N, she says. Thank you, Lisa, the receptionist says. And what's your date of birth? Lisa tells her birthday. It's May 15th, 1990, she says. Perfect, the receptionist says. And do you have insurance? Yes, I do, Lisa says. She gives her insurance information to the receptionist. Thank you, Lisa, the receptionist says. Your appointment is set for 11:30 a.m. today with Dr. Johnson. Please arrive 15 minutes early to fill out some forms. Also, please bring your insurance card and ID. Okay, I will, Lisa says. Thank you very much. You're welcome, Lisa, the receptionist says. We'll see you soon. I hope you feel better. Lisa hangs up the phone. She feels better already. She has an appointment. She will see the doctor soon. Lisa looks at the clock again. It is 9:15 a.m. now. Her appointment is at 11:30 a.m. She has some time to get ready. First, Lisa takes a shower. The warm water feels good. It helps her headache a little. After her shower, Lisa gets dressed. She puts on comfortable clothes. Next, Lisa eats some breakfast. She's not very hungry, but she knows it's important to eat. She has some toast and more tea. After breakfast, Lisa looks for her insurance card. She finds it in her wallet. She also finds her ID. Lisa puts both in her purse. She doesn't want to forget them. Lisa sits on her couch. She still feels bad, but she's glad she has an appointment. Lisa thinks about Dr. Johnson. Dr. Johnson is nice. She always listens to Lisa. She always explains things clearly. At 11 a.m., Lisa gets ready to leave. The clinic is close to her house. It only takes 10 minutes to walk there. Lisa puts on her coat and shoes. She picks up her purse. She checks one more time for her insurance card and ID. They are there. Lisa leaves her house. She walks slowly to the clinic. Her head still hurts, but the fresh air feels nice. Lisa sees her neighbor, Mrs. Chen. Hello, Lisa, Mrs. Chen says. How are you? Hi, Mrs. Chen, Lisa says. I'm not feeling well. I'm going to the doctor. Oh, I'm sorry to hear that, Mrs. Chen says. I hope you feel better soon. Thank you, Mrs. Chen, Lisa says. She waves goodbye and keeps walking. Lisa arrives at the clinic at 11:15 a.m. She is 15 minutes early, just like the receptionist said. Lisa opens the door and goes inside. The waiting room is quiet. There are a few other people waiting. Lisa walks to the front desk. She sees the receptionist. The receptionist smiles at Lisa. Hello, the receptionist says. How can I help you? Hi, Lisa says. I'm Lisa Brown. I have an appointment at 11:30 with Dr. Johnson. Yes, Lisa. I see your appointment here, the receptionist says. Can I see your insurance card and ID, please? Lisa takes out her insurance card and ID. She gives them to the receptionist. The receptionist looks at them and types on her computer. Thank you, Lisa, the receptionist says. Everything looks good. Please fill out these forms and bring them back when you're done. The receptionist gives Lisa a clipboard with some papers. Lisa takes the clipboard and sits down. She starts to fill out the forms. The forms ask many questions. They ask about Lisa's health history. They ask about her symptoms. Lisa answers all the questions carefully. After 10 minutes, Lisa finishes the forms. She takes them back to the receptionist. The receptionist checks the forms. Thank you, Lisa, the receptionist says. Please have a seat. The nurse will call you soon. Lisa sits down again. She looks at the clock on the wall. It is 11:28 a.m. Her appointment is in 2 minutes. Lisa waits. She looks at the magazines on the table. She's about to pick one up when she hears a voice. Lisa Brown? A nurse calls. Lisa stands up. That's me, she says. The nurse smiles. Please follow me, she says. Lisa follows the nurse. They walk down a hallway. The nurse stops at a small room. Please step on the scale, the nurse says. Lisa steps on the scale. The nurse writes down Lisa's weight. Then the nurse measures Lisa's height. Next, the nurse takes Lisa's temperature. She puts a thermometer in Lisa's ear. After a few seconds, it beeps. You have a slight fever, the nurse says. 38 degrees Celsius. The nurse writes this down too. Then she takes Lisa's blood pressure. The nurse wraps a cuff around Lisa's arm. The cuff squeezes Lisa's arm, then relaxes. Your blood pressure is normal, the nurse says. She writes this down as well. Okay, Lisa, the nurse says. You can go into room 3 now. Dr. Johnson will be with you soon. Thank you, Lisa says. She goes into room 3 and sits on the examination table. The paper on the table crinkles as she sits. Lisa waits. She looks around the room. There are posters about health on the walls. Lisa reads them while she waits. After a few minutes, there's a knock on the door. Dr. Johnson comes in. Hello, Lisa, Dr. Johnson says with a smile. I hear you're not feeling well today. Hi, Dr. Johnson, Lisa says. No, I don't feel good at all. Let's take a look, Dr. Johnson says. She asks Lisa many questions. How long have you felt bad? Does your throat hurt when you swallow? Does your head hurt all the time or only sometimes? Lisa answers all the questions. Dr. Johnson listens carefully. She writes notes in Lisa's file. Then Dr. Johnson examines Lisa. She looks in Lisa's throat. She feels Lisa's neck. She listens to Lisa's breathing with a stethoscope. Well, Lisa, Dr. Johnson says when she's finished, it looks like you have a bad cold, maybe the flu. Your throat is very red, and your lymph nodes are swollen. What should I do? Lisa asks. Dr. Johnson smiles. Rest is very important, she says. Drink lots of fluids. Water is best. You can take painkillers for your headache and sore throat. I'll give you a prescription for some stronger cough syrup, too. Lisa nods. She's glad it's not too serious. If you don't feel better in a week, come back to see me, Dr. Johnson says. Or if you start to feel worse, call us right away. Okay, I will, Lisa says. Thank you, Dr. Johnson. You're welcome, Lisa, Dr. Johnson says. Take care and feel better soon.